everybody. So if you watched part 1 of my makes, you'll know that I was wearing this in the video at the end to tell you that I decided to split them. So I'm just refilming a little introduction to that video. So thank you for coming back. I hope you enjoyed watching part 1 and all the different things that I got up to and made in the month of August. Part 2 is jam-packed as well with lots of exciting things. There's a corduroy suit, there's a jumpsuit, I think there's a couple of dresses in there, so do stay tuned and enjoy seeing part 2 of what I got sewn in August. So on to what is probably one of my favourite things that I've made this month, although I'll say that about quite a few things, I always do, and it is made in this gorgeous fabric that I got from Material Girl Laura. So it's almost like a cherry red, or it might be, yeah, it looks cherry red or postbox red. I can never remember how to describe these. But it is the True Bias Nova jumpsuit. I'm just going to get the pattern to show you. It's one of their new patterns that came out recently. And again, I was saying to myself, no more patterns. Then this came out and I saw it on the models and it just looked beautiful. And it's so comfortable. It's amazing. So you can either do this jumpsuit, full jumpsuit, or you can do the play suit. Choose to leave off the elastic casing around the tummy, or you can choose to include it. So I did this version, but I did want the waist channel, so I did put the channel in here, and it has got pockets. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so comfortable. It's definitely like wearing secret pajamas, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to hold it up so that you can see. Got loads of room in it. It was so comfortable. And then we've got the pockets here, and then obviously pockets on the other side. It's got quite a low scoop down here, and it's the same on the back, but it's definitely bra friendly. So you can see that lovely shape to the front and then the lovely shape to the back. It's got quite a deep facing, so that makes the bodice fully lined, which is a lovely detail. So you feel really well supported. I can't remember what type of jersey this is. I think it might be a viscose jersey, but it's definitely so comfortable to wear. I have got some fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine in like a sage green that I'm definitely going to make another one of these. And just off shot is a hack that I'm trying with the Nova jumpsuit. I've tried it in woven fabric. I need to do a few more adjustments because it's not meant for a woven fabric, it's meant for a stretch. So I need to do a few more adjustments to that one. But really simple construction, came together really easily. I really like the waist channel across the middle, but if you don't want that, then you don't have to include that. It's really simple to omit that. The thing to say is you've got an elastic channel for the bottom, which creates this little cuff detail on the trousers. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so you can see here, you've got the little elastic cuff detail. It comes in sizes 0 to 18 as well, that's another thing to say. So waist size 26 inches up to 38.5 and hips 34 up to 46.5 and bust 32 inches up to 44.5, and I made a size 4 and it fits me really nicely. I'll definitely make more of these. I absolutely loved this version. So another great pattern. Actually, I'm really pleased with that one. Then on to something that I'm going to put on for you, and I'm going to try and put pictures in of me wearing this with my Jessa trousers, because I had enough of this fabric left from Felicity Fabrics for my blog make that I thought, why not try and make a matching jacket? So I've seen loads on the high street, I've seen loads of corduroy two pieces, trousers and a jacket, or skirt and a jacket, and I had enough of this fabric left to make myself another Sorrento jacket. So it's cropped like the Sorrento is, it's got the buttons down here, the pockets, it's got the cuff detail, which is really lovely, and then I used some bias binding from a Sew Hayley Jane box for a bit of a contrast, and I absolutely love it. It's I guess a bit like Marmite, you either love the look or you don't love the look. I put it on with one of my Cali shirts that I've made, and my husband said that's quite a look. I'm not sure how often I would wear the jacket and the jeans together, but again, I can just see this taking me through to the autumn when the weather's slightly cooler but not cold enough for a thick coat, because I think my Sorrento jacket that I made in the duck egg blue denim is definitely a summer jacket, Whereas this one, because it's made in a cord and it's slightly heavier, I think it will see me through the autumn. So I'm really pleased that I managed to get a jacket out of the leftover fabric. And the reason I had leftovers is because when I looked at the measurements for the Jesser trousers, it suggested that I would need over 2 meters of fabric. I didn't want to run out of fabric for a blog make, so I asked for 2.5 meters, and I definitely did not need. I think I managed to make those trousers out of less than 2 meters of fabric, which meant I had it must have been less than 2 meters, because this takes over 1 meter. So I definitely had enough. Out of 2.5 meters, I had enough to make the Sorrento jacket and the Jesser trousers. I've talked about the Sorrento jacket before. It's from the Sew Over It Summer Dreaming ebook, and I absolutely love it. Here's Lisa in hers. It's a cropped, fairly cropped jacket, comes in at the waist. It's got all the details that you would want from a denim jacket. I don't know if I can find the line drawings to show you, but here she is wearing hers as well. If I can find the line drawings, I'll insert them for you. I made an 8. The instructions for this are brilliant. I know I've spoken to quite a few people, and I've found previously with some Sew Over It patterns that the sizing can be a bit off, but I found the sizing for this perfect, fits me absolutely brilliantly, and it was an absolute dream to sew up. I said that I was going to make Ruby a denim jacket, and I haven't got round to making hers because I decided to make myself another Sorrento jacket instead. Hers is going to go into the September makes, and it's all cut out, ready to go. I just need to wait for my sewing machine to come back because it's gone for its service, and they've told me it's going to be 3 weeks. So I don't think I'm going to get a huge amount of sewing done in September, which will be a bit of a shame. So I'm thrilled with this jacket, and again I'll insert pictures of me wearing it so you can see the look. You can see the jacket matched with my Jesser trousers. On to something that I was hoping I would get round to sewing, and it is something that's been cut out for over a year. So a year and, what is it, April, May, June, July, or a year and 4 months it's been cut out for, because I did a practice run of this a year ago at Easter when we were on holiday, and it is the Sew Over It Hackney shirt. So you can make this pattern for men or women. I bought the pattern because I wanted to make my husband a shirt. It's quite a standard shirt. It's got the collar, it's got the yoke at the back, it's got this lovely pleat detail. You can add a pocket, but my husband doesn't like a pocket on a shirt, so I didn't put a pocket on. And then it's got the, what do you call it, the placket for the cuff, which I'm thrilled with. And I've made it out of a Liberty fabric that I got, oh gosh, years ago. I had a voucher anyway for Liberty London, and I knew that they did fabrics. So I went into there and I treated myself to this. I got myself some fabric, and then I found this. I think it was in the sale. It's got rockets all over it and lightning bolts and clouds. It's so fun. And I made myself a dress using the floral fabric that I got, but my husband asked me to use this to make him a shirt. Now this was over a year ago when my sewing was still a bit rusty. I still didn't have a huge amount of skills. You know, I was having a go and really enjoying sewing, but I hadn't done a collar, hadn't done buttonholes, hadn't inserted zips or anything like that. So I did a practice run and I failed miserably. The version that I did was just awful, really awful, like wobbly, the collar didn't match up, the cuffs were horrendous, like some of the instructions I just didn't really understand because I didn't have the skills. But because I did the collaboration with CAF this month to make a Cali shirt, where there's a lot of skills in that transfer into the Hackney shirt because they're quite similar in construction, I think it just gave me the confidence boost to pick this up and have a go. I have been a bit nervous about making it because it's in a Liberty fabric and I know it was really expensive, but I am delighted with the finish. I'm hoping my husband will let me take a picture of him wearing it so I can put pictures in of him wearing it, but I'll hold it up for you. I'm just so thrilled with it. The collar is really crisp. I love the little pleat detail at the back, the box pleat. The yoke was attached beautifully. I've done all the lovely top stitching, really neat, which is great. We went and bought buttons and he chose some pink buttons, which I think make the pink in the rockets really pop. I'm just so delighted with the finish on this shirt. And I'm just thrilled that I managed to make a shirt and it fits him beautifully. So I did a medium for him. Let me see if I can show you the placket on the cuffs. I would say that's the only fiddly bit, but the instructions are really good. As long as you transfer all your markings. That's the button placket, and I'm really thrilled with that. And then he chose a pink button for the cuff. So this is a surprise sew that I wasn't expecting to get finished, but like I said, once I'd done the Cali shirt, I think it was the kick up the bum that I needed to just pick this up and give it a go, and I'm really thrilled that I did, because I'm now making him another shirt, which I'll share at the end of this video. He's going to want me to make shirts all the time now. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased that I got this shirt finished after well over a year of cutting it out. So yeah, I'm really, really delighted with that. And like I said, it was the Sew Over It Hackney shirt, and there are the line drawings, and it came together beautifully. So if anyone's teetering on, oh, I don't think I've got the skills for that, you absolutely can do it. Just take your time, which is what I did, and use a stable fabric. I should have said this is a cotton lawn. I think they call it a Tana lawn. It's one of their lawn fabrics. It was beautiful to work with. It's a really stable fabric. So yeah, it was really easy to work with. It pressed beautifully. It meant that the collar was really crisp really easily, and if I had to turn anything out or press anything, it just pressed beautifully. So yeah, I really rate this pattern actually. I really enjoyed it. In terms of sizes, it goes from an extra small up to an extra, extra large, which is chest size 36 inches up to a 46 inch, waist size 30 inch up to a 40 inch. It says that you need about 2 meters of fabric. I think I did take 2 meters for a size medium of that fabric. So I'm really pleased with that one, and I'm really delighted. My husband's delighted that I'm actually able to make him some things that he'll wear. So he's going to wear it to work, which is lovely. I did say when I was halfway through making it, you better wear it, because if you don't, I'm going to size it down and I'll wear it. Because I've made him some t-shirts and some jumpers just in a knit fabric, which he'll wear around the house but he won't wear to work. But he's promised that he will wear that. Then on to jumpsuits for my girls. So back in, it might have been the June makes plans, or it might even have been May plans, I talked about making the Ikati Brooklyn kids jumpsuit. Had it all cut out, ready to go. I had fabric, so I had this Ruby Star Society. It's crumpled because it's been, like, my daughter's not stopped wearing it, with these lovely tigers all over it. And Ruby wanted it, she wanted it in this fabric, which is from Lamazi Fabrics, and it's got dash downs. It's wet. Again, she won't stop wearing it, which is lovely because it means that they both really love it, but I've just had to dig it out of the washing machine. But it's got dash downs all over it. I'll put pictures in of them wearing them, and I think I've got some boomerangs because they were so delighted with the finish. For Ruby's, she's got long sleeves because she prefers long sleeves. She's got a little ruffle around the collar. She hasn't got any patch pockets on the top. Neither of them wanted patch pockets, but she has got these little side pockets. And then I finished it off with some prim snaps with a pop of colour, and she's also got a red ribbon, which is great, and it's full length. It only just fits her. She's probably got an inch where she can grow, but then I guess Lola will get to wear it. And then Lola chose this Ruby Star Society tiger fabric. It's crumpled, like I said, sorry about that, which is great, and I've seen so many people wearing this. Just love it. She's got yellow snaps on there, and she's just got a yellow ribbon which came as part of a Sew Hayley Jane box, which is great. She's got the side pockets again, and she's got the waist channel, and again it's full length, but the difference for her is she's got slightly cropped sleeves, so I think it just goes above her elbow, and again she's got this beautiful ruffle detail around the top. They're both thrilled with them. You've got this lovely yoke detail, which is really nice detail, and I did manage to include in the side the selvage which says she is fierce and ever changing. I loved that selvage, so I wanted to include it, so it's down the side leg, and I think that's a really cool feature. They both absolutely love them. They've worn them to death, which is amazing. It always just makes me so happy when I make something for them and they love wearing it. Now, I am going to be honest, I didn't enjoy making this at all. For a children's pattern, the pattern's great. It's nothing against the pattern. It's just, it's very fussy. There are lots and lots of details in it. and you can see that from the line drawing, so I should have known what I was getting myself in for. But I think with children's patterns, because they grow so quickly, you know, Ruby's going to be 12 in a couple of weeks. This does go up to 12, but she must be quite tall for her age, because she hasn't, I made the age 12 for her and she hasn't got a huge amount of room to grow. I love the pattern, don't get me wrong, I love the style of it, but for children's patterns, I think, because they're not going to wear them for very long, I don't want them to be overly fussy, and this was particularly, it just had a lot of pattern pieces. I don't know if I can take it out to show you. There were a lot of pattern pieces, lots of different options, so lots of different neckline details, so you can put a collar on, you can have a ruffle, you can have a ruffle around the waist channel, there's pockets like everywhere. There's just a lot of things that you can include in it. So I did choose to omit some of the details. So they didn't want a collar, neither of them wanted a collar because they don't like things around there. I didn't put patch pockets up here, but they have got the pockets on their hip, which I think is absolutely fine. I'm thrilled that they're finished, and I know like they've worn them already so much, but it's not a pattern that I would sort of grab and want to make time and time again. I think because it's so, there were lots of fiddly details, but I am on the hunt for children's patterns. So if anyone's got any suggestions of children's patterns, I've got a couple of the Made by Jack's Mum patterns. But yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions of other patterns, what I'm finding difficult to find is something for Ruby, because she's 12, so that early teen sort of age. So if anyone's got any ideas of where I can look for patterns, let me know down below. Not a pattern that I would reach for again and again, but I am thrilled that I managed to get it finished, and the girls clearly love it, and they've told me it's really comfortable. It's like wearing pajamas, which is what you want. So on to two things that I'm not going to go into detail for, because it's part of the collaboration with Kath, who's got a channel I'll link down below, Made by Kath Craft. We're working together to sew up the Cali shirt dress. Have I got it here? Yes. The Closet Core Cali shirt dress, which is this pattern. And I did a whole vlog on helping me choose fabrics, and I knew that I wasn't going to do the dress version, but I did want to do this version, and I wanted to do, well, I was umming and ahhing about doing a cropped or this version which sits at your hip. Thanks to everybody that watched my video and encouraged me. I had a lot of people saying, you're going to have to make two because the fabrics are so pretty. And what I tend to do, if I love a pattern, I mean, you can see from today's video, I like to make it again a couple of times just to really hone those skills and help it, the new skills that I've learned, help them really go into my long-term memory. And that's what I found with the Cali shirt dress. It was such an enjoyable sew. The pattern instructions are incredible, and I find that with any of the Closet Core patterns. So I ended up making two because I couldn't decide. Lots of people voted for the tangerine fabric, and lots of people voted for the very bright Ruby Star, that's the wrong way, the very bright Ruby Star Society floral fabric. So that's exactly what I did. I'm not going to tell you what versions I made, I'm just going to tell you that I made a version using this fabric and a version using this fabric, and I have worn them so much this summer, and I can see them seeing me through into the autumn. I absolutely love this pattern. I loved this pattern so much. It's such a brilliant pattern. The instructions are brilliant, and yeah, construction wise, perfect. So I'm hoping to share more details of these very soon. Then on to some trousers, another pair of trousers. So I talked again about this in my June makes plans, I think. I wanted to make, or it might have been my July plans video, I wanted to make some Nielsen Opal trousers because I really love this paper bag waist effect, but I wanted to do the wide legged with the paper bag effect, and that's exactly what I achieved. So I did view A waistband but view B trousers, if that makes sense, using fabric that I got from Material Girl Laura that I've had in my stash for ages. So I've got that lovely wide legged detail, and here's the paper bag waist, which I absolutely love. So I'll put a picture of me wearing this because I actually paired this with one of my sagebrush tops and I loved it. Came together beautifully. I have done a tutorial on how to adapt a pattern to have the paper bag waist. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it, but I just adore that detail. This pattern came together beautifully. The only thing that I need to do, because I've made them, I have hemmed them with a really deep hem, tried them on, hemmed them, tried them on again, and they're still quite long. I was hoping I'd be able to roll them up, but because of the fabric I've used is a viscose, I can't roll them up at all. It's not going to work. So I need to chop off probably about 1.5 inches and then re-hem them, because they just, the way that they sit at the bottom, they bunch up a little bit, and it's not, yeah, I think I'll end up tripping over them. But that's the only thing that I would do differently if I made another pair, and I'm definitely going to make another. The next make I wasn't planning to make, but I subscribe to the In a Haystack pack, which is a monthly subscription service. It's almost like a magazine that you get emailed to you once a month at the beginning of the month. There's always interviews with people that have contributed to it. You get a pattern, and then there's always a discount to a couple of shops, so a fabric shop and then some kind of small business. So we've had jewellery before. There's always a fabric shop, and I really enjoy getting it. I enjoy reading it, but I also enjoy being introduced to patterns that I wouldn't necessarily have discovered, you know, without somebody else pointing me in that direction. So the pattern this month is right up my street. It's a really floaty, summery, just lovely pattern that you can either make into a dress or a slip. So it's called the Layla dress, and it's by Marsha Style, who I hadn't heard of before, so I'm really grateful to the In a Haystack pack for introducing me, because she's got some beautiful patterns. So you can do this shorter version, or you can do the maxi, which has got, I think it's 4 tiers, and then it's got this bodice detail, or you can do a slip. And I've actually been looking for a slip pattern for ages, so I am looking forward to making the slip version. Now, I made the full-on ruffly maxi goodness out of some fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. So I'll just hold it up so you can see. It is this amazing fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics, and you can see just how drapey this dress is. It's got so many tiers, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, one thing to say, and I don't know if you can tell on the pattern actually, it's very low. Don't know whether it's just me, but it comes down really low to the point where I worry about flashing myself. So I have worn it with a vest before, but it's got a very low scoop neck. It's got really interesting detail. So yeah, you can see how deep it goes here on these. It's got this like bodice panel here, and then the first tier sort of eats into the first part of your dress. So it's got this V that eats into the first tier. It's a really interesting construction. It's also got, which you can't see on there, but it's got ties around the back. Oh, here we go. There's a better line drawing. It's got ties around the back, which come into the first panel, I think it is. But yeah, it's really low cut. And I did find that I did have to put a vest top underneath to stop myself from flashing. And then it's got these lovely voluminous sleeves, which I absolutely love. So let me hold it up. I will put pictures in of me wearing it, but it's such a swishy, gorgeous dress that definitely is going to see me into the cooler autumn, because there's so much fabric. I think this took like 3.5 meters to make it. And then there's the sleeve. The sleeve's amazing. I just absolutely love it. This is my ideal dress. I love anything that's swishy, anything that's really oversized and floaty and just amazing. I love it. When I put it on and walked into the living room, my husband said, wow, that's very 70s, but I love it. I love green anyway, and I just love the yellow. It's almost like a gold effect. It's really beautiful. I don't know if you can tell how much I love this dress. Yeah, I'm delighted with this one, and I've worn it loads already. Like I said though, with a vest underneath. So if you haven't heard of Marsha Style, I'll leave all their details down below, but do go and check her out. That pattern is great and actually really reasonably priced. I mean, I didn't buy it from her because it was part of the In a Haystack pack, but from what I've seen on her website, they're reasonably priced. On to, so I've got 3 more things to show you. On to another one that I wasn't expecting to make, but again the pattern caught my eye and I couldn't help myself, and it is Cara from So Mad, who has made it. She made it as a test version, and I saw her version. I was like, I have to have that dress. It's beautiful. It is the Heidi dress by AK Sewing Patterns. There's two versions that you can make. You can either make this plain bodice with this lovely skirt, or you can make this version, which has got a ruffle that goes from the waist seam all the way beyond the shoulder down to the back with this lovely skirt as well, and it has got pockets. So when I saw Cara's version, I had to go and get the pattern. It was on offer because it had been a new release, and I used this fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. It's a lilac fabric, and it's got green speckles of colour and then orange, and then it's got like navy. It's coming up sort of purpley black, but they're navy, and then white bits. It's really soft and drapey. It's a viscose. It's really floaty and just lovely. These beautiful ruffles, like I said, that go here all the way around to the back. I'll put pictures of me wearing it, but I absolutely love it. It's so floaty. It's got a waist, elasticated waist here, which brings it in at the waist, which makes it really comfortable and actually really easy to fit. The other thing that I absolutely love about this pattern is you can either make it for a bust size AB or a bust size CD, and you don't have to be in different. So I know a lot of pattern companies, what they do at the moment, if they've got different bust cup sizes, is you either buy the smaller pattern size or the bigger pattern size, but with this one you don't. You can just change the bodice block dependent on your size. So I made a size 8, but I used the bodice block for a CD. I hope that's making sense. And I really like that because quite often I do have to do a full bust adjustment because I don't fit in, you know, if I'm making a size 8 or a 10, my bust generally is larger than that bodice block, so I do have to do a full bust adjustment. So for this pattern I didn't have to do a full bust adjustment, which is amazing. So thank you to AK Patterns. That has saved me a lot of time adjusting the pattern to fit my bust. And I really like that detail about the pattern. So I'll link all the details to the Heidi dress down below as well. Then I made some Jennifer Lauren handmade Bastian culottes, which I knew I wanted to make, and I used this fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. It's a Mind the Maker fabric. It's a viscose twill, and it's really lovely and weighty, and it's this pink background with these gem green jewel-toned green leopard print splodges. I love the Jennifer Lauren handmade Bastian culottes. I used buttons from Felicity Fabrics, which are really lovely. And yeah, it was that's such a lovely pattern. I absolutely love the Bastian culottes. They're really comfortable to wear. They're quite high-waisted again. They've got these gorgeous big pockets, which I absolutely love. I love the Jennifer Lauren handmade Bastian culottes. This is the pattern. So you can make them in a longer version or a shorter version. And they've got this really beautiful fasten detail, button detail on the pocket. You can see just here, and they're really voluminous. They've got so much room. It's almost like you're wearing a skirt when you've got them on, but they're really comfortable, and like I said, they're high-waisted as well. So I'm really pleased that I've got those made. I just don't know what colour top to wear with them. Then the last thing to share is I've just published a video about this actually, so if you haven't seen it, do go and watch it because I go into a lot more detail, but it is the Cocowawa Honeycomb dress that I have hacked to match a dress that my daughter's got. So she's got a lovely broderie anglaise dress that I got from, I think we got it from Zara, which has got ruffles down there, and I wanted to copy it. So I hacked the Cocowawa Honeycomb dress to omit the collar and just finish it with bias binding, and then include loads of ruffles. I've still got the tie detail. But yeah, I'm thrilled with this. I love the Cocowawa Honeycomb dress. I've made this version with the long sleeves. I haven't made the shirt yet, but I think I will because I think it's something that would fit into my wardrobe. Maybe this version, but I don't think I would include the peplum. You can make it sleeveless or short sleeved or long sleeved, and then it's got these ties at the waist. It's got a mandarin collar, although you can omit that and just finish it with bias binding, which is what I did. It's got buttons down here. It has got a yoke which you attach using the burrito method, which I am going to film a video to show you how to do that because lots of people have requested that. Then it's got this lovely skirt, and then it's got pockets as well. Although on my version I didn't include pockets because of the fabric that I chose to make it out of. I didn't want the pockets to be seen on the other side. So although on my version I chose not to include pockets because I didn't want them to be seen through the skirt because it's a broderie anglaise, so it's quite see-through. So I chose not to put pockets. But I'm thrilled with that. Do go and check out my video about how I made that. There's a cute video of me and my daughter posing. I got tips from her on how to pose. So like I said, bumper month, I've made a lot, but it's a lot of things that I can see fitting in with each other within my wardrobe, and I've got lots of things to take me through the autumn term because I don't have as much time to sew in the autumn term because I'm back at work. And the autumn term in a school, if you're a teacher or you work in a school, is hectic. So I'm not going to have as much energy to sew, which is why I felt really lucky to have all of this time this summer, and I really embraced having all of this time this summer. The next thing that I'm working on is I'm finishing a shirt for my husband, the Hackney shirt, because like I said, when I make something and I make it well, I want to immediately start making it again. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm up to this stage. I've attached the yoke. I'm just attaching the collar at the moment. And then I've got to insert the sleeves and the side seams. I've done the button placket, and then we just need to choose buttons. But it's using this really fun fabric from DIY Dye or Leeds. Yeah, I love this fabric. It's got the lightning bolts, and then it's got these thin pink and white stripes. So I'm really hoping to get that sewn up soon, although like I said at the start of this video, my machine's gone in for a service, so I'm not sure when I'll be able to get my machine back because they said it'll take 3 weeks, but I am hoping that it will arrive back with me sooner than 3 weeks. Let me know what you're up to in the comments below. Let me know if you've made any of these patterns. What was your favourite thing that I made this month? I don't know what my favourite was. I've said my favourite about lots of different things. I am really proud of my Jessa trousers and my Sorrento jacket in the cord, but I also quite like a lot of the dresses that I made because I love a dress. If you haven't subscribed already, it'd be great if you could hit the subscribe button and make sure you click on the little bell to be notified of my next video, and I'll be back soon with another video. Take care, whatever you're up to. I hope you're having a lovely time, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.